Hello everyone, I am Rotisserie Chicken. And as you can hear, I have someone with me. Introduce your face.
Hello everyone, I am Europe-Scalo8.
And this is a new format that I've mentioned in one of my videos. This is the Eurovision debates format, where essentially we're ripping off Rhett and Link's Debate-O-Rama, except with Eurovision countries. So every time we randomly... I have a hat full of... Well, I have a hat, but it's full of countries, and then we draw them out at random, and we debate on them. And the idea is we have about 5 minutes each, or I think it's 4.5 minutes each in total, to convince the other that the country that we've drawn is better than the other at Eurovision. So, for instance, we did a draw backstage, if you want to call it that. I drew Luxembourg, so good luck to me, and Laura drew a wild card. And I was hoping that wouldn't happen straight away, because they're a bit difficult to explain. There are 4 wild cards in this hat, and if you draw it, then you can pick any country that's ever taken part in Eurovision ever. So,
yes.
And then the format itself, the debate is grouped into 3 segments. We have the opening remarks, which are 2 minutes each. We have 2 minutes each to make our opening statements. We can make bold assertions or whatever we like, as long as it backs up our point that our country is better than the other one. Then we have 1 minute of cross-examination. So we say, well, hang on, you said this, but actually this, or something like that, some sort of rebuttal. And then the final minute and a half each is to say, okay, well, you cross-examined me on this point, but actually this is what I say to that. Or something to that effect.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty comprehensive.
That was a pretty good way of explaining what we're doing. So, who would like to go first?
You're quite welcome to, because I'm stuck with Luxembourg.
Anyway, like Tess said, I've drawn a wildcard country, and the country that I've chosen is Italy. And at first I was completely stuck on what to say, because I needed more of an argument other than Marco Mengoni, very wow. But Italy has competed in what Tess calls
Hang on, have you started?
Oh.
Let me know when I can start the timer, just so it's all above board, ladies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I shall start now. Okay, Italy has competed in what was known as the classic version of the contest, as well as the modern version of the contest. So therefore you could sort of see what Italy has had to offer and what Italy is now becoming in terms of talent in their country. And Italy was one of the first founding members of the Eurovision thing way back in 1956. They were one of the first 7 countries to take part. Italy obviously having a larger population than, well, I can't really say, but Italy having a larger population means that they have more of a variety of talent to showcase at Eurovision, and they seem to, and Italy does surprisingly well in Eurovision. They've got a lot of top 10 placings. They've had 2 wins to their name, 5 second places and 4 third places, along with a slew of other top 10 placings. Granted, they were out of the game for like years and years, like 15, I'd like to say. 15, probably more, probably less, I can't really recall. But that just sort of that was just sort of them going through a rough patch, and there had been expressed interest since 2008 to bring Italy back to the contest, which in 2011 they did, and bring it back to the contest with full force they did, because they achieved 2nd place. And, well, I'm kind of running out of things to say, really.
Well, you got 10 seconds left.
Italy, they do good.
Beautiful. Okay, that's your time.
That's okay.
So that was your 2-minute opening remark.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me know when
my time.
Okay, let me know when you want to start.
So my 2 minutes on why Luxembourg is the best at space.
Well, at Eurovision, I don't think Luxembourg have a space industry. Anyway.
Space industry. Space toast from nowhere. Okay. I will begin in 3, in 2, in 1. Start the clock.
Okay.
So, Luxembourg at Eurovision, they are one of the best at the cheese. Well, not the cheesy cheese, but like they are the best at Eurovision because they are Luxembourg. Have you seen their flag? That is some good shit right there because it looks like a stripe of toothpaste. Like you could clean your teeth with that shit. They have been in the contest from the beginning. They first appeared in 1956. They are one of the founding members, and they are still a member of the EBU today, although they didn't compete from 1994 onwards. Their last appearance was in 1993, but there has still been some interest because there was a controversy earlier this year, well, this Eurovision year anyway, where the Minister of Culture looked like she was saying, yeah, okay, we'll come back to the contest, but then it turns out she was actually like, nah, that's a misunderstanding. And then some other asshole offered money to Luxembourg to say, hey, come and join us, and then we'll make a joint effort between Luxembourg and San Marino, and that also didn't happen, but they're trying anyway. They've only been absent from the contest once, and that was in 1959. Apart from that, they've taken part 37 times, which isn't really a record. But you know what is a record? The fact that they've won 5 times, which is like joint second place with the UK and the France and the Sweden, and second only to Ireland, but they don't have a fucking toothpaste flag. Luxembourg does. They have Si la vie est cadeau, that's a fun one. They have Tutte Reconnaîtras, which will be in the Eurovision best of thing, and they have that other one, that Poupée de cire, Poupée de son, such fun. Have I run out of time yet?
No, you've got 36 seconds.
Lovely. Well, they've never not sung in one of their native languages. They tend to favour French. They've sung in Luxembourgish like 2.5 times. That's never really done them any favours, but hey, you know, I admire their testes, if that's what you want to call it. They also sung a little bit in English once in 1974. They're true to their native language. They're given a butt ton of points to the UK in that time. They've 174 in total. So, they've hosted 4 times. That's impressive. So, yeah. Luxembourg! Yeah!
And the funky flute is playing, so you need to stop. Which you have! Lovely! Not that they'll hear the funky flute.
Okay, so I shall now put 1 minute on the clock for you to cross-examine my arse, if you so choose. Well, you don't really get a choice because that's the format, but
wait,
are you ready?
How long do I have?
You have 1 minute, and I'll be timing you, to cross-examine the points that I made and my bold assertions that their flag is toothpaste.
Yeah.
So, when you're ready to begin?
Okay. I'm ready. Anyway. Well, you've brought up some really interesting points there, Tess. Granted, they have mostly sung in French, and they have sung in Luxembourgish, but Luxembourgish hasn't really done them any favours. As I can see here, they've come last with 1 point when singing in Luxembourgish, and they've come 21st with 10 points, and 20th place. So Luxembourgish doesn't really do them any favours. And granted, they've only competed in what is known as the classic contest, so they've not really had a chance to showcase what Luxembourg has become over the years of Eurovision. And their flag is indeed toothpaste. So yeah, I don't really know what else I can really say, really, other than Luxembourgish hasn't really done them any favours, and they've not competed in the modern contest, so they can't really. So yeah. How long do I have?
That's time just there.
Oh.
So okay. You bluffed a bit and you made it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. This is like the pilot episode anyway. Why is it that there are so many TV series whose first episode is called pilot? Like, get creative, am I right?
Anyway.
1 minute for me to cross-examine your ass.
Yes, 1 minute.
She got the booty? She might.
Well, it's Italy. What do you have to say about Italy in a minute? Ready when you are.
Okay.
Okay,
so in your list of points, which seems like an eternity ago already, you mentioned that they have been in it from the beginning, just like Luxembourg, but they've also been in it in the modern contest. And, well, I can't really pick that apart. That's true, and it's admirable. but, like, Luxembourg, though. They were a founding member. Well, so was Luxembourg. They've had strong placings. Well, so have Luxembourg. They disappeared for a long time. So have Luxembourg. But Italy came back, and well, that gives me hope that Luxembourg can come the fuck back at some point, and in even bigger a blaze of glory, and they could come back and finish first. Whereas Italy only came back and finished second in 2011 because boobs. So yeah, they were a founding member, but so was Luxembourg. They've been in it a lot. So Luxembourg, they've done well. So Luxembourg, so everything's the same. I'm totally twisting the truth, but everything is the same. Except we have toothpaste and you have pasta.
Yep, and funky flute. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that just leaves the minute and a half for rebuttals and defense, I suppose, to my brilliantly constructed cross-examination.
Yes, all you were saying was, so have Luxembourg! So have Luxembourg!
Are you ready to start then?
Okay.
Go.
Well, you have made some very interesting arguments there, Tess, but... well, I do have to admit, Luxembourg has had its fair share of successes. I mean, 5 times compared to Italy's 2. But Luxembourg have also come last in their respective contests that they've been taking part in, a whopping 3 times compared to Italy's 2. And, well... Luxembourg were a founding member, yes, but they've disappeared from the contest for a long time, and I don't really know how strong their intentions are of coming back to the contest, because there have been rumours speculating for years, like saying that they'll come back to the contest, but they never actually have followed through. But then again, there are other countries that are in a similar predicament to Luxembourg that want to come back but just haven't or can't as of this moment. And Luxembourg also Luxembourg I've seen have like sent novelty entries to the contest, like Papa Penguin and yeah. So what more can I say other than Italy sends more serious, I wouldn't say more serious than Luxembourg, but more serious than a song about penguins. But granted, they have won 5 times, and Italy have only won twice, but Italy have achieved more top 10 placings.
And that's your time.
Yeah. Okay!
Okay, so I have a minute and a half to butt.
You have a minute and a half to say why my things against Luxembourg were wrong and why Italy sucks, other than, well, Marco Mangoni. Anyway, ready when you are.
Okay, begin. Except I want beginning. Well, it's sad that Luxembourgish doesn't work, but it was a cute thing that happened, like 3 times, 2.5 times. So, like, from what I've heard, Italy did experiment with butt stuff, as it were, as well. There was mention of Neapolitan before, was there not? Was that the one that was called something like Come Dodocci e Mare, or was that a different song as well? I make it sound like a horrible language, it's really not. It points out Luxembourg didn't take part in the modern contest. Okay, yep, true. but hey, Luxembourg have the status to be a Big 5 member, or so they'd like to believe, and there is a will to come back as long as they're put in the Big 5, and I can see why that's a thing, because toothpaste, 5 successes, founding member, lot of money, and what's Italy done apart from throw a strop and then disappear and then admittedly come back in a blaze of glory? But still, Luxembourg, they were happy to experiment and show off their native languages and maybe have a bit of fun in so doing, and perhaps the time's just not right for them to come back just yet, and then when the time comes, you'll know, they'll throw the banana on the floor and come sliding back into the competition, and it'll be like they never left. So, yeah, donnez-moi une chance, because that's a reference. That was their last ever participation in 1993. It was a little bit French, a little bit Luxembourgish. We need some Luxembourgish back up in our contest. Ladies. Also toothpaste, because the Netherlands is slightly darker blue doesn't quite cut it. We need some fresh minty power to take down this Italian cheese pasta.
Funky time, funky flute.
Also, penguins, man!
I'll admit, The penguin song was cute.
Le Papa Penguin. So cute. Well, who won? You decide. Who's next? We decide. In fact, we could decide that right here and now, unless you have any further comments on this debate. Because we're going to leave who won down to the comments. If there actually are any, I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yas.
I am
Yes,
ready.
Dad.
I am ready with the drawing of our next countries when you are.
Because the way this works, for the people listening, is Laura flips a coin, and then whoever wins the coin toss gets to decide whether they want the first country I draw out of the hat or the second. So, we're both responsible in part for this, so we can't really cheat. I always prefer tails in a coin toss, so that's what I'll go with as usual, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
You toss that coin.
Heads.
Okay, so, will you want the first country or the second to come out of the hat?
I chose... Well, I didn't choose second last time. You got to choose. So I think I'll go first this time, please, Tess.
Okay, so the country that you will be debating for, and I've got my eyes covered because I'm not actually filming this, I'm just recording it audio-wise. Your country is... Switzerland. Doop, doop, doop. Jingle music. And next week I think it's going to be, I will be debating in favour of... I can't actually see because my eyes are closed. Oh, the Czech Republic.
Wow.
Because I'm all about that hype. Czech Republic. So, yeah, next week, Switzerland versus the Czech Republic. So, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. I just saluted the back of my head for some reason.
And I've been Europe's Gallowait, and...
These are Eurovision debates. Take them or leave them, but please don't leave them. Please love me. See you in the next one.